Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay. Okay, so this card fell out. And it's the card routine. Okay. There's some sort of a pattern that is coming to an end, something that you're used to, maybe feeling like you're connecting with an individual where things kind of always have progressed in a similar manner between the both of you. There's a change in a pattern or a shift here where things are, changing. Something's going to happen very differently than what you're used to. Okay, some of you could be creating this shift yourself, right? If there's something that you're very used to, something that is not, that you're not fond of, or you're not fond of the way something is progressing, you could be, taking the initiative to create the shift on your own as well. But I do see something that you're used to, something that has always been the same, that is changing here. Okay. This card, the imagery, it's also giving me an energy of maybe leaving behind what is not working, or leaving behind kind of like trying to make something work that no longer, or trying to work on something that no longer exists, or it doesn't feel efficient. Like an old way of doing something, or maybe you're in a situation where you feel like you're kind of like beating a dead horse and you're moving away from that, changing your approach here. Okay, let's see. The Moon card wanted to pop out here. Something could feel hidden for you this week, or you may view this person in a very discreet energy. And the Sun card wanted to pop out as well. The Moon and the Sun. Divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Okay. That's very interesting. The Moon and the Sun. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces or a Leo. We have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Nine of Wands. You could have this person blocked, Scorpio, or there's some sort of blocks when it comes to communication. But the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Wands is like detaching from a situation, possibly even protecting your energy. But I see that with the Nine of Wands, like this is someone who is watching you from afar, but there could be something that they're feeling very defensive about, right? There could be something that they're holding on to, maybe something that they feel embarrassed by, but it is a very defensive energy that I'm picking up on as well. Okay. Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands is also trying to work on a situation and feeling like you've tried everything that you possibly can and then choosing to walk away. So that's what makes that energy very difficult. It's not just giving up right away. It's giving up after a period of trying again and again and again. So maybe for some of you, it's like, you have been trying to find a solution, but things have been the same for a very long time, or you're not seeing the changes that you want to see. So I'm going to start off by seeing how you're being viewed this week. Seven of Cups. Someone feels very confused by you, or they may feel like there are a lot of mixed signals in this connection this week. Okay, the other way that I could read this is this person could be viewing you as someone with many options, but they are not really sure what your decision is or what you're deciding on. Really, what this boils down to is someone who can't figure you out, someone who can't seem to read you this week. They may feel like this connection, it has lots of ups and downs, and some days they may feel like they really have you figured out, or they know exactly what's going on, and other days they may just feel like they have a lot of questions. What is Scorpio thinking? What is Scorpio feeling? Right? Where is this connection headed? There's a lack of clarity here in terms of how they're viewing the situation. I also feel like this is someone who's either viewing you as exploring your options, or they're just viewing you as someone who's like highly sought after, someone who does have, options, someone who's not really putting all their eggs in one basket here. Like there's some sort of a decision that you're still in the process of making. So, needless to say, this person could definitely feel like the ball is in your court this week. So, we have the Ten of Pentacles, okay, followed by the Page of Wands in the challenge position. Some of you could have been in a higher level of commitment with this person. What's interesting with the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Wands is like, this is someone who does have commitment on their mind, okay? But these two cards are coming up in the challenge position because they're struggling with finding how to have some sort of a new beginning with you. Page of Wands could be, a card of communication, an incoming message, a phone call, but it is coming up in the challenge position. So this person could be having a hard time or facing difficulty with formulating a message or figuring out the right thing to say. The other thing that I'm getting here, guys, with the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, there's a bit of doubt or a hesitant energy here, where this person feels like they want a commitment with you, but there's some sort of excitement that has been taken away from this connection here. Whether it's you guys recently had a disagreement and this person feels like you're not pleased with that, there's like some sort of excitement, passion, or happiness that has been taken away from this connection because of what has occurred between the both of you thus far. So it's like, how do I bring that back? How do I, make Scorpio happy? Or how do we get to a place where we're, in harmony again? So even if it was a disagreement, maybe it was an argument, something that this person communicated, maybe something you communicated, right? They're trying to get to a better space with you, but they are feeling challenged by that. They are wanting to connect with you or have a new beginning here, but it's in hopes that you guys could attain something stable together. This person could feel like as you guys were connecting, there was a lot of miscommunication or a lot of disagreements that you guys had during that time period as well. Like what you wanted from this connection, Scorpio, or maybe the things that you were seeking could be very different from what this person wanted. How are you viewing them? The Four of Cups. Seems to me that you're growing bored or impatient with the situation. It's like looking at a situation and saying, well, nothing is happening, or this has been stagnant for a very long time. This could be a week where you're feeling very fed up, almost like you're tired of waiting for something to happen, or you're viewing this person as not really communicating with you, because the Four of Cups is not an action-oriented energy. It could be someone who's very upset, frustrated, missing you, but it's more of a sitting and sulking energy, and it's not necessarily doing something about what they feel. Some of you could also feel this person has what it takes to create a shift in this dynamic, but they're intentionally choosing not to. Because the Four of Cups is when you have what you want in front of you, but it's not being presented to you the way that you wanted it to be. Right? So it's like, for example, if, it's like, I want a cake, right? It won't be a cake that's in front of them in the Four of Cups. Instead, there will be milk and eggs and flour. So you can make that cake because you have the ingredients, but you would have to get out of your thoughts and your emotions to realize that. So there's an opportunity here in front of this person that they could be missing, right? There's an opportunity where it's being presented to them, but they're not seeing it because there's too much of a focus on the past. There's a lot of fantasizing. There's a lot of daydreaming going on. And I think this is someone who still feels very connected to you, but this is a week where they're going through a lot emotionally, or their emotions are taking a toll on them, where they're having a hard time being solution-oriented. Okay, so we have the Empress in your feelings, okay, and the Nine of Cups. This is all about self-worth and knowing what you bring to the table. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus, but I'm strongly getting like it's a very self-focused energy, or you're pouring into yourself, feeling like you have to put yourself first this week. There could be something that you were tolerating, something that you were dealing with, but you're no longer wanting to do that. Some of you could even feel like you were kind of like walking on eggshells or just maybe dealing with something because you were avoiding, conflict. But you're at a point of, if something doesn't make me happy, I'm not going to continue investing in it. Or if I'm not okay with something, I'm not going to pretend like I am just for, the benefit of the other person here. And I'm strongly getting, with the Empress, it could be that you're realizing what the both of you have attained together. You may even feel like you had very high hopes for this connection, but there's something here that's no longer working for you, and you can't help but be honest with yourself. It may be something you were trying to suppress, it may be something that you were trying to move away from or not think about, but I think that this week it's hitting you full throttle. The Hierophant, Taurus energy, and the Four of Wands. I think you're acknowledging how deeply you feel towards this person, but in order for a higher level of commitment to work, at least in an efficient way, you feel like there's something here that needs to change. You may even feel like your emotions are not being considered, or this person is not really realizing how much effort and how much time you're actually investing in this connection here. You really feel like someone's not recognizing your efforts. You feel like someone is not seeing you for who you are and what you have been doing in this connection, what you're capable of doing moving forward. You feel very misunderstood. But the Four of Wands and the Hierophant could be this desire for reconciliation, or feeling like, you know what, this is someone that means a lot to me. Four of Wands could speak about milestones, so you may feel like this is someone that was there or a part of your journey while, very important milestones were taking place for you, or you were hitting very important milestones. But as much as there is a desire for reconciliation, there's also a desire to pour into yourself, or not put your desires and your needs on the back burner here. And I'm strongly getting like this could definitely be someone that you are in a higher level of commitment with, maybe even marriage. For some of you, there are children in this dynamic with the Empress. Some of you, for those of you that do have children, you could be pouring into yourself because you know that you have another life, or maybe more than one life, to take care of. Right? So it could be turning the focus inward and saying, you know what, I'm a mother or a father, or, my children look up to me and I need to take care of myself and I need to pour into myself so that I could be better for them. So we have the Six of Swords clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Fool card clarifying the Page of Wands. This person wants to feel closer to you, but they feel like they would have to leave something behind. Whether it's like wanting to turn over a new leaf but not wanting to discuss the past, right? Or it's feeling like you guys need to leave the past behind entirely to even have a new beginning here. And there's like this it's a very impulsive energy with the Page of Wands and the Fool card. So like this person could be reaching out to you when you least expect it, or it's just very impulsive, not really knowing what's going to happen next, not really having a plan in mind, but just reaching out to you because they're unable to fight their emotions or an urge that they feel. Six of Swords clarifying the Ten of Pentacles is quite literally moving away from a commitment. So whether it's this person wants to start from scratch, or they want to work towards a commitment, but they don't want things to progress the way that they have in the past. And Six of Swords could also be letting go of something mentally. So if it's anger, frustration, sorrow, some sort of regret that they're holding on to, it is something that they're trying to work through. It is something that they ultimately want to let go of because it's creating a block for them. Hence why those cards are coming up in the challenge position. In their feelings, we have the Three of Wands and the Chariot. I see someone who's like trying to move forward, but they're also backtracking. There's also something that they've accepted about the connection with you. The Chariot is usually, it is associated with acceptance, but it's like accepting the dark and light side of things. So maybe this person is accepting that, okay, well, things are not always going to be smooth sailing between Scorpio and I, but I still, care for them or have love for them. Three of Wands is some sort of distance that this person is acknowledging that is occurring between the both of you. But that could also be a card of like planning very strategically, or thinking about the future, but, creating some sort of a solid plan so things could work out the way that they want them to. And the Three of Wands could also be read as like a waiting game, whether it's waiting for the right time, waiting for a sign from you. It's not the most direct energy. It is someone who's focused on you, but from afar. High Priestess and the Four of Pentacles. So this week, they could be in a very withdrawn energy. There is an urge that they're fighting here when it comes to reaching out to you, but Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess keeping to themselves, but still holding on to your energy. They feel very connected to you, but there's not much going on in the 3D. Hence why you're viewing them in the Four of Cups energy, where it's like, okay, I know this person feels connected to me. I can feel them tugging on my energy. I feel connected to them. But I don't feel like anything's necessarily happening between the both of us. I do see this person remaining held back this week. There could also be something that they're working through in terms of their stability or finances here with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Wands and the Three of Swords and the potential outcome. There's something that feels very chaotic about this situation, or there's some sort of drama in this person's external environment that they're dealing with in the potential outcome. They feel very torn because they're thinking about you, but they're also trying to keep some sort of conflict under wraps. If Five of Wands is not drama in their environment, it could be very conflicting opinions. Whether it's, someone in their social circle, friends, family, someone is telling them, or multiple people could be telling them things that they don't want to hear. And Five of Wands, yes, it is conflict or an obstacle, but it's usually something that lacks importance, but it doesn't change the fact that it still impacts you on an emotional and mental level. So the Two of Swords is clarifying the Five of Wands, and the Justice card is clarifying the Three of Swords. Wanting to make something up to you or wanting to make something right, but I will say Two of Swords and the Five of Wands is a bit of a difficult energy because they're not seeing something clearly because of what's going on around them. They're focused on you and they're feeling very torn, but they're also focused on something else that is draining them or taking up most of their energy. Whether it's quite literally another situation or it's just a family member or, a friend here, there's something in their environment that is absolutely draining them. And it's also causing them to feel very confused or not see things clearly. Seven of Swords. What's the Seven of Swords? The Moon card. Yeah, something that they're not being transparent about. So, even if this person is conversing with you, you can probably sense that they're going through something that they're keeping under wraps. It's a very strategic energy, but it's also very discreet or secretive in terms of, I don't want to speak about what I'm going through, or I am, my life is not as together as it seems. So what they're showing on the outside is not really what's going on for them on the inside or just in their personal life here. Seven of Swords and the Moon is usually a very hidden energy. It's very discreet. It's someone who's not being completely transparent. And I think that this is something that you're aware of. You do feel connected to this person, but you're also acknowledging that things need to change. And what's interesting, guys, is like this is someone who still feels committed to you, even though there's, like distance between the both of you. This is someone who still feels like they owe you something, or they feel like they want to make something up to you. But there could even be a lack of trust between the both of you, is what I see in the potential outcome, where it's like, okay, well, these are the things that have occurred between Scorpio and I, and I'm not sure if I trust the situation. I'm not sure if Scorpio trusts me. And I'm also getting here, guys, like, with the Two of Swords and the Five of Wands, you have someone here who is going through something that is clouding their judgment when it comes to the situation with you. Like they're not able to just solely focus on you or the situation. And if it is someone else that is somehow involved in this connection between the both of you, it could be that they're receiving like contradicting opinions, or what someone else is saying is not resonating with what they want. There's a lot of confusion. And because of that confusion, they're not able to see, or focus on this connection, at least, and to the point where they're gaining clarity. Okay, so let's see if there's anything that they want to communicate. I am becoming a better person. Okay, so there could be some sort of self-development happening. But I'm also just getting someone who feels like there's a lot going on and they're not truly able to focus on what they want to focus on. Something about their environment they don't agree with, and it feels very conflicting. They could even feel stuck in a situation. And then it says, I hide behind material things. We do have the High Priestess and the Four of Pentacles. I am afraid to contact you, so they could be fearing your response or how you're going to receive what they want to tell you. And it says, we both know I am not the one for you. So, you know, they could be feeding into their pessimistic thoughts, or there's quite literally something that they know, something that they feel guilty about. I'm not able to offer Scorpio what I think they're deserving of, or I'm not in a situation to be connecting with, Scorpio. There's something that they're realizing about themselves or their life, and there's also some level of guilt that they could feel. And bottom of the deck, it says, I miss seeing you. So my wonderful Scorpios, that is what I'm getting for you this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today, and thank you so much for your time.